So I'm going to change over the solar panel today because what I want to do, I've got a spare 450 watt panel, and at the minute the battery for the emergency is on the 80 watt panel, so I'm going to transfer it over to this so it'll charge the battery up much quicker. But when I came up to have a look at the solar panels, look at how dirty these are. Wow, so that will reduce the amount of energy going into the batteries. So I'm going to clean them today. Today, solar. Have I made a costly mistake? We've just returned off holiday and we were away for a month, and I set all the solar system up so the lights in the house were coming on more than they were when we were living here. So did I run the battery down? Have I destroyed a good battery by putting too much power on and expecting the little 80 watt solar panel to recharge the battery? So anyway, I'm going to explain what it's all about. Hopefully you can learn from this. I've certainly learned from it. Solar is an interesting thing, but there's so much to learn. So basically what it is, I've got two parts of a solar system. That one there works sockets in the house, and then I made a mistake, and although it's a 450 watt panel, watch the other video with regard to that, it can't go onto them two panels, because although they're all 450 watts, different voltages and different amperages. So what I'm going to do is put this onto my emergency backup system, because at the minute it's just running off a 80 watt panel. So therefore I needed to make some changes. So I was going to make these changes when I come back off holiday, but I've sort of been forced into it now. So basically this is my emergency backup system. So the battery is 100 amp 12 volts, and I've changed the charger because I thought maybe it's the charger that wasn't working properly, and basically it's nothing to do with the charger. But again, looking at all the videos and things like that, I ordered this 60 amp charger thinking this is going to be the right charger, and no, it's wrong. But I'll go into that a little bit later on. So now I bought a proper charger. I've looked into it more seriously, and I'm going to change all the configuration of this. But basically now this battery is kaput. Although it's showing 14.3 and it's full, as soon as the sun stops shining it drops down to about 11 volts. And so I'm changing this battery as well. I'm getting a new battery. So what was the mistake I made? So bear with me, let's go through this together, because it is quite complicated really. Even for me, I was an electrician in the UK, but solar panels and solar electrics it can be totally baffling. So this was the original one that was in there, and that was a 300 watt 12 volt charge controller. So obviously if I was going to put 400 watts in, that was never going to work. So my friend had a 30 amp charge controller, so I thought, oh, I'll have a look at that and see what that does. But again, this doesn't do what it says on the can. It's 30 amps for a 12 volt system. But if we have a look at the instructions, again, even when you look on the internet for these, it doesn't come up with this set of instructions. And basically what it does, cut a long story short, it only allows you to have 300 watts on the solar panels. So therefore that was no good. The last one that I put in, which is that one, which is a 60 amp solar charge controller, and it did all the calculations, and the calculations said, yeah, that's the right size solar charger. And then I get it and I fit it and it doesn't work. So to decide what size charge controller you need, there's a mathematical equation to do. So basically what that is, that's 450 watts is the size of this panel that I've got, and the charge current is 14.4 volts. So you times that and you get 31.25 amps, and then there's a safety margin of 1.2, so which comes up to a charge controller of 37.5 amp required. So this is the one that I got, and as you can see, it is a 60 amp. So I thought, job done. 60 amp, put it on, and I sort of didn't check the instructions, because I thought it's just a replacement. I've got everything right, and it's just fit it and forget it. But then that caused all sorts of problems, because as soon as I put the 450 watt panel on, it wasn't charging at all. But when I put the 80 watt panel on, it was charging. So I thought there was a problem with the cables going to the solar panel. I thought there maybe was a problem with the solar panel again. No. So then, as you can see, this is the instructions, and it's very, very, very small. So when I came to that, the maximal solar input, the instructions on Lazada for this product says it would take up to a solar panel of 750 watts. Well, my solar panel was only 450 watts, so I thought I'm quids in here, everything's working okay. I've got a bigger than I need ampage, and it said it's going to take up to 750. So the voltage from the solar panel is 44 volts. So therefore, the charger wouldn't accept it because it was a higher voltage. So when I contacted the owner of the company who sold me it, obviously there was a little bit of argy-bargy, and I showed that it didn't show that the voltage that it would take on any of the descriptions. So reluctantly, he said, I'll give you a full refund. Now the full refund was 300 baht, just short of 300 baht. So it wasn't a lot of money, was it? So again, I did a little bit more research, and I thought, okay, I need to go for the mother of all MPP chargers. So I bought a Mr. MPPT solar charge controller. Now this takes everything. What this does, this will give me, for a 12 volt system, maximum 720 watts and voltage VDC between 20 and 80 volts. So now I've got to fit this in that board, so I've got to do some configuration, and I know this is a long-winded, but I just don't want people to make a mistake that I made. Okay, it wasn't an expensive mistake, but maybe I did knacker the battery up, because 360 watts is 30% of the battery power to run the outside lights, and if we've had a couple of cloudy days, I may have over-exceeded the battery, and maybe it didn't get charged up. But with a 450 watt panel, it's going to charge it up in next to no time. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's me that caused the damage to the battery. So now I'll get the new battery, and the new battery for this is 3,500 baht, and that charge controller, which is going to replace this, it's 2,200. So I'm going to do a configuration, I'm going to alter all of this lot, and this is to run the lights outside of the house. So we've got 7 of them, and they come on during the night time, which lights it up. You can see from the space station, I think, with our light, and that's the way it's going to go. So I'll let you know how I get on with it, but I hope it was useful. If you've got any questions, please ask me. I'm still learning with regard to solar. It's exciting, I love learning, but the mistakes, you can make mistakes, and even me, I can make mistakes, and I just want to show you my mistakes so you don't make them mistakes. So thanks for watching, catch you next time.